Yo, yo, what's good, guys? What's good? What's good? Hope everybody can hear me all right. Let me know if y'all can. If anybody pops up, I ain't even gonna play with y'all. We're gonna get right into it. Matter of fact, give me a few seconds. Let everything. I don't not know how to get rid of this. Oh, there it is. That's cool. All right. Just want to make sure I'm hearing my. You guys can. You got that. You guys can hear me. I'm not trying to go to the stadium. I'm just trying to go to YouTube. All right. What's up, man? Because it said it was gone, but sometimes it be saying one thing and doing another. Whatever. All right, we got my girl Hema. Hey, that's my girl. Yeah. Hey, that's my John right there. You know what I mean? Shorty good. You know, she gonna be a thing. She gonna be, you know what I mean? And I ain't trying to clean it up, but some people be like, oh, she what? Nah, but she's she's gonna be a great character. I'll say that. Hope everybody's doing well today. I got this new Boruto, so I'm hyped. All right. Move that out the way. All right. So we open up on Trashamaru and the tree. Well, technically we with Ting Tin and Himawari and Trashamaru again. And we looking at his girl, what girl he like, but he didn't know he liked because whatever. Um, so he's sweating, and he puts the thorn bulb, I guess, inside of the tree. Okay, it's burrowing in. Okay, boom, right here. See, this is very important. This is very important. I'm not gonna get caught up in that, but this panel right here, which panel is this? Page panel 4, I think. Yeah, panel 2, 2, 3, panel 4. Where when it's burrowing into it, it kind of looks like a Renegon, and then it also kind of looks like Sara the Sharingan, her Mangekyo, which is interesting symbolism. I pay attention to that. Konoha Maroon, is just digging in. There's some smoke. It's smoking, and then okay, Moegi falls out. Like it breaks apart. Moegi falls out, and she's all in his arms. So just oh, whatever. Moegi, hey, do you know who I am? Bro, you are the biggest fumbler, and it's not even joking. It's not even funny. You fumble so much, Konohamaru. You know what? We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna just, bro. This man aggravates me, dog. Like to no end. This man genuinely aggravates me. Do you know who I am? Nigga, that's the first thing that come up to your out your. Do you know who I am? No, she. Of of course you know who you are, bro. Like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. I genuinely don't get it. Moegi, hey, do you know who I am? Master Moegi. It's like she's waking up. She's opening her eyes. Konohamaru-chan? I don't like you. I do not like you. Let's continue. And the Himawari, see, I love you. I love you. You are so adorable. She's just so genuinely happy for them. And this man Konohamaru is just, I never know I loved you. And he squeezes her, and she's, huh? And now this man almost crying, and she not saying anything. And then Konohamaru-chan. Look at my bull. Look at my bull. That's my guy right there. That's my guy sitting down looking from the sky like, yeah, I know it. Finally, about time. This thing just flying in the sky. Just finally, nigga, you know what I mean? You finally put that, you know what I mean? But whatever. So he's just looking down like, yeah, about time. Yeah. Shinki's been restored back to himself too. And Gara's alive. He's injured, but not critically. He hasn't woken up yet due to the sealing jutsu, but he's expected to soon. That's good to hear. Somebody knocking at the door. Shikamaru looking at Shikamaru. The elders are calling. It's Sa with his yee haircut. I'll be right there. And they go to the hospital. Everybody's around. Himawari, Sumire. I'm pretty sure that's Sakura, which is, and it's actually funny because we have seen very little of Sakura throughout the whole time skip, the two blue vortex, which makes sense because it's like when you think about it, her husband killed Naruto. You know what I'm saying? Her husband helped the guy who killed Naruto. So she's pretty much a pariah. That's why you don't see Kakashi, because Kakashi's a pariah, because they all think that he helped the guy who killed Naruto escape. That was a lot of, whatever, but we gonna keep moving. I don't see any bone or muscle atrophy, no organ issues either. And Sarada opens the door. The only thing is your chakra flow is sluggish, likely from that tree having fed off you. Yep, it's Sakura. I thought so. So your overall condition can be summed up as malnutrition. Just eat lots and get plenty of rest. Oh, yay, master. So sorry to make everyone worry. As she's looking at Konohamaru, and he's looking at her. Thank you, Konohamaru-chan. You're getting on my nerves. Oh, okay. No problem. Just get well quickly, eh? And Sumire. And you see a panel Sumire and Sarado. And I ain't gonna lie to you. This may be a hot take, controversial take. Call it what you will. I like Sumire more for Boruto than I like Sarado. Just do. I like her more. Take that what you will. I think she's a more deep character. I think she's a well versed character, but whatever. And plus, she got them legs. So my man, you know what I mean. And if I'm wrong, then they're wrong because they 16 and over there that's legal. Crazy to say that, but it's true. Uh, but for my man's, you know what I'm saying? I think she'd be a perfect fit for him. I mean, granted, obviously this show is pushing them towards together for Sarada and Boruto to get together, which makes the most sense. But I do genuinely like Sumire for Boruto. You know, and then so they look at each other. Well, Sumire is looking at her. She's looking away from Sumire, and she's, "Hey, do you have a minute?" And then they're both sweating. Yeah, and they're at the tree. And they're both overlooking the village or something. They're, we see pens of them. They're not saying anything. Good job out there. Your mission. It was rough, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, kinda. Somebody looking at her outside of her, and Sarah just keeping her eyes forward. They both sweating. She looks down. I, Sumire. She look at each other. I mean, may I call you that? How much? Because and she's flashing back to how much longer will I be class rep to you? And she's looking down. Sure. And then you see Ada, and it's so funny, right? I think a lot of people miss this, but the fact that Ada's eyes is the moon, Sarada's eyes are the sun, Boruto is the sun to Mitsuki's moon. Like all of these, and it's funny that they're all dojutsu, ocular jutsu. So it's just funny because if you look at Ada's eyes on page 16, um, her eye is a moon, is a crescent moon, excuse me, with a pupil in the middle, but around it looks like stars. And that's very interesting to me. I want to apologize. I've been insensitive about a lot of things. Somebody looking around. No, no, I'm sorry for suddenly saying such rude things to you. At the time, I was so shocked, said Sarada. I didn't know what to say because what you said, every single bit of it was absolutely true. She looked down. I was a coward, hiding from your feelings and my own lack of power. I was avoiding facing the reality that was right in front of me. And they look at each other. Remember when you asked me once, and does that bother you, Sarada? That other girls might like Boruto? Huh? Seriously? Of course not. This is when they were younger. She looked, they both look away. I wasn't lying. Not back then. I had utterly no interest in Boruto at that point. He didn't take up any space in my thoughts. And then Ada, you need to get a life, love. You need to get a life. Why you watching they whole, you know what I mean? Why you watching their whole flow? Whatever. But one day I realized I was spending more and more time thinking about him. Samurai. You know, trouble seems to follow him. He's always in a bond. I constantly worried about him as one of his teammates. looking down. But before long, I started to get confused about whether my feelings only existed because we were on the same team or if it was something more. Yo, it is Miss Ada. You get on my nerves. Because, yo, when I tell you Shuddy just like keep going, keep going. She's like she watching a daytime drama or something. But spending energy obsessing over such things made me a complete loser, which made me wonder whether I had any right to still try and become Hokage. You misunderstand. You're probably deluding yourself subconsciously. She's looking, she's, sorry to stop talking. Well, she's having a flashback. I'm sorry, I need to get better at doing this. Sarda's having a flashback of the girl who died, who I don't really even know her name, but whatever. Sarda. Then this Ada is literally just like, ooh, I want to know, I want to know. But you see, I've decided to stop running. And she looks at her earnestly. I also like Boruto. And then Sumire is just like, this Ada, you get on my nerves, yo. Ada really be for the drama. Ada, you really be for the drama. And like I said, honestly, just the way that they depict Sumire is just more classy. Like Sarada, even like right here, right? Sarada looks so disheveled. Like her jacket on one shoulder, the other one's falling off. Whereas Sumire just looks more womanly, so to speak. Like, like her mannerisms. You know what I mean? She looks more um mature, I should say that. You just see reaction shots. My wanting to help him will only make me stronger. It makes me think like I can become Okage. Sumire. Those are my new feelings. And then Ada sweating too. Ada, is this a triangle? It was. It's a four-way. Like, is it all three of y'all? Like after my man Boruto? Because I mean, if so, it makes sense. You know what I mean? When you really that dude, when you really him, Jones be on you. But Sumire looking. I already knew long ago how you felt, Sarada. It was totally obvious. And she's looking away. Back at you, Sumire. But thank you for telling me directly. And look at each other. So from this point on, I'm not going to hold back anymore. Right back at you. Right back at you again. And then Ada, why you dressed like a harlot? You know what I mean? Like, it's funny because in one of the chapters, she was like, despite how I dress, I'm really a one man woman. And I'm just like, but you dress like a harlot. You dress like you for the streets. And like, look at everything about Ada's like on her. Ada is whole like if you look at her shorts have stars, a moon, a planet or planets, and I don't know what that is. It may be a star. No, it's not a star. It's something else. No way. How dare you have such a super intense convo when I'm not present? Now, Ada, come here. Let me talk to you. Let me have a word with you, Ada. Get a life. Stop it. Get some help. You have issues. You have issues. You need to get you a life. Okay. You need to go and talk to Kawaki, and y'all need to try to rekindle something or get something going on, something. Because you two invested in how they feel about Boruto. How dare you have such a super intense convo when I'm not present? Like, what? Who are you? Hey, come in, sensory unit. Please connect me stat. To who? With those girls. Oh, I want to slap you. I want to slap you. And I want to hug Damon. Because I can't slap him. It's going to slap me. And they, you know, sharing their hand, got their hands and skipping. And now, the GWOAT, you know what I mean? The greatest woman of all time, my girl, Himori, you know what I'm saying? But, my boy, little sister, his baby sister, she's meditating and she's fighting Karama. Okay. They training. They both going at it. Tail smacked her. Bam. Oh. Splat. Looking. That ain't the way. You don't get it at all. And she's looking back. Listen, don't rely on arm strength when throwing a punch. Don't kick using your leg strength. Your chakra. Accomplish it all through chakra control. Better control than your average shinobi. What? Okay. Your chakra. Accomplish it all through chakra control. Better control than your average shinobi. I know that. I am a ninja, Nope, you don't understand the thing. Facts. For you are no ordinary shinobi. In fact, you're even a little different from Jinchuriki, those who host Bijou inside of them. In fact, you're even a little different from Jinchuriki, those who host the Bijou inside of them. She's looking at him. You are human, and yet, if anything, you're more similar to me and Jura. Huh? Listen, I'm not talking about what you are or aren't here. The point is solely what fighting style you should adopt. And this is just a basic intro. Forget everything you know. Think of yourself as the personification of chakra in human form. It'll all lead from there. That's easy for you to say. I can't even begin to imagine that. This is very important. Listen, I'm not talking about what you are or aren't here. The point is solely what fighting style you should adopt. This is just a basic intro. Forget everything you know. Think of yourself as a personification of chakra in human form. It'll all lead from there. That's easy for you to say. I can't even begin to imagine that. Crumbs. Oh. You know what? I'm tired. We're done. We're done for the day. Oi, hey, Crumb, wait. She wakes up. Yeesh, I wasn't done talking to you. Damn it, Karama. And look at him. Look at my boy just sitting there. Look at my boy. just sitting there watching his baby sister get, figure it out. Man, I like how this. You know what's funny? I like how this man is just casually chilling in the village that he's actively on the run from. Closes, he's looking, closes his eyes, and it's like he's in some pseudo space. Okay, all right. So he doing the same thing. He doing the same thing, except for his inner beast is a demon for real. It's like they're inside of a destroyed tree. Boruto just looking at Momoshiki. He's looking. What has gotten into you to make you come seek me out? Yo, freeloader, as sulky as ever, I see. I am deeply despairing because you have failed to die yet again and keep on living. Hey, yo, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Momoshiki is the devil. He really is. Because I'm telling you, that's exactly how Satan be feeling. I'm deeply despairing because you have failed to die yet again and keep on living. And keep going on living. Boruto just, I should have left things well alone. That day Kawaki killed you. With reincarnation no longer possible and me unable to take over your mind either, there is only one thing for my poor homeless soul desires now. To be freed of this curse via your death and become nothing. I'm here to ask you something. You looking at the side eye, Momoshiki side eyeing them. Could you consider lending me a hand? Don't make me laugh. Be gone. Just hear me out. I do plan to compensate you. If we're able to take down Jura, I'll give you my body. You can have everything you want. And then it's man, look, but it's likely Boruto himself hasn't picked up on. And you cut to Sumerain. Sorry, I forgot. Let me say that. I'm so hyped. Now we get into the meat. Now we get in there. But it's likely Boruto himself hasn't picked up on how we feel about him. Likely? Oh, he definitely has no clue. Though honestly, that's what's endearing about him. You hear it, you heard it here, folks, fellas. They like you when you don't know that they like you. When you don't pay them any attention is when they like you. Ain't that something? Oh man, I'm so mad that the chapter's over. Oh my gosh, man. Hey, this is fire. This chapter's fire. This may be one of the best chapters yet. All because of the information and lore dump that we got. Um, I am thoroughly entertained, and I'm hyped to see what happens next. Because I mean, yo, everything is going crazy, and then Ada like connecting with those two, like Ada. These people are not your personal soapbox. Like this isn't all my lives or all my children or something. Whatever it was. Oh, oh man. Ah, ah. The most important part of this chapter was the end, and not even it's necessarily not necessarily that the interaction with Jura, and I mean not Jura, Momoshiki and Boruto, more so the interaction with Kurama and Himawari. You are human, and yet, if anything, you are more similar to me and Jura. The point is solely what fighting style you should adopt. Forget everything you know. Think of yourself as a personification of chakra, chakra in human form. It'll all lead from there. Oh, oh man, this is absolutely fire. Kishimoto cooked with this. They cook with this one. They cooking with this one, and I love this. Boruto just gets better and better every time, just better and better and better. And with that being said, guys, Shiratense. 'Cause we out.